In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to import a CSV file from Cable One into Apple Contacts. So I have Apple Contacts open right here. What I'm going to do to start with is create a group out here that when I import those contacts, they're going to be assigned to that group. File and new group. So I'm just going to call this import. Or I could just call it CSV import, just for the heck of it, CSV import. And I could call it CSV Cable One. I could call it anything I want to. So the name doesn't matter at this point. It's just something that I can look at and say, this is where the contacts went to. Now that I've got that done, I'm going to come up to contacts. I'm going to do an import. So when I do the import, it's going to ask me, what am I going to get it from? So actually what I'm going to get it from is the Outlook 2003 contacts that I exported from Cable One. So I chose that specifically because it's going to be the most like what Apple Contacts is using. So let's choose this contact and open. So now what it's showing me over here is what it would appear like, but I want to go up to the very top, and I'm noticing this is the contacts. This is Apple Contacts, and this is the Outlook Contacts. So we have title as the very first field, but it says do not import. Well, maybe there is a title in it, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to choose under More, Prefix. Now we have the prefix for title. First name, middle name, last name, suffix, name. Now, doing research on this one here, this is the display name in Cable One. We don't have a display name in Apple Contacts, so that's a do not import. Company, department, job title. Now under business address, yes, we're going to import the business address, but not that particular field, so we do not import that. Now down here, we're going to change this to work address. When we change that to work address, this street matches up with business street, street, other street, city, business city, state, business state. There's no zip code. So when I look over here to see what they're providing on their end for the business, they're not providing a zip code, either for the work, the home, or other. So we can just ignore that one. That would be ignore, so because it's going to ignore it, we can't say do not import in this case, so we just leave it the way it is. Now come down here to country region, there's the country, and now the business city and so forth. We've got a repeat here. This is the second business. If we wanted to go in and do a second business, we would we can't do an import because we only provide one business inside Apple. But yet Cable One provides a separate business. Don't know why, but we're going to ignore it. Down here we have business postal code, and if I try to select the business postal code for that, come down here to where is, see, when it gets to that, here's home address, work. We really can't import this guy because now the state's okay, but the street name is wrong. So I don't know what's going on with that. So I think probably what we want to do is do not import. So if we do not import on that one, other city, state, so that takes care of that conflict. Keep on going down. Now we have assistant's phone, and here's a postal, yeah, on the assistant's phone, we got to pay attention to this one because it says phone other, but which other is it? So I click on that, come down here, and I see different phone numbers that I can use. So that would be like an other phone number as a possibility, so we could just go ahead and use that. Now we have a business fax, so there's a do not import, but I'm pretty sure we can do a business fax on this. So under phone, there's a work fax right there, so we can assign that one. Here's a business phone for sure, so now we can say that is a work phone. And business phone 2, we're going to say do not import on that. And a callback, ignore that. Car phone, we're going to ignore that one also, so do not import for that one. Here's country main phone. We don't have a country main phone, so we're going to ignore that one. Here's a home fax. We got that one already assigned. Here's a home phone. Yes, we got that. Home phone 2. So this would be a home phone other. So that would be a phone other. ISD, we do not import. Mobile phone, we can probably go ahead and do that. So that would be the mobile phone. It's already assigned. Good. Other fax, do not import other phone, and keep going down. So like there's another phone yet. And then there's a pager. There's a primary phone. Now the primary phone may be really the primary phone, but we don't have what's called a primary phone in here. So we just call it, it's either a main phone. Let's give it a main phone. Here's radio phone. We don't want to do that one. So we don't have a radio phone, so we're going to say do not import. TDY, we don't have TDY, do not import. Telex, anniversary, yep, that's already assigned. Assistant's name, related name. So let's go into related name, which is down here under related names, and notice we have assistant, so we're going to check that one. Keep on going. That's the system's name, billing information, birthday. We got the birthday, good. Here's do not import for the business address P.O. Box. That's fine, we'll leave that alone. Here's related name for children. So we do have a related name for children. So I'm going to come down here and pick on child. Now notice we have son, daughter, and then child. Well, we don't have a son and daughter in Cable One, so we'll just leave it at that. It's just a child. And a lot of other do not imports, display name and so forth, but we do have email addresses, so I don't know why it didn't pick up on that. So for the email address, we're going to call that email home, and that's going to be the first email address. Here's a second email address. We're going to call that email other. And then there's a third email address. Well, we don't know if that's going to be the work address or what have you, so we'll just leave that alone. Now the gender, we don't have a gender in Apple, so we'll leave that alone. No government ID, no hobby. So we don't want to use notes for that because, well, let's see, we might have something else that we can choose. And I don't see anything in here that looks like, and even under more, we've got a whole list of things under more, but these have to do with social networking. And we have social networking filled in right over here as well. But I don't see social networking in Cable One, so we don't have any social networking to worry about. Manager's name, we do have a manager's name under related name. So we go down here and there's manager. So that's if there, you know, when you're in Cable One contacts, if you filled that information in, yeah, it's going to get included. Note for notes, we're fine with that. Keep going down. Profession, we don't have anything for profession. So even if I come down under here, I don't see anything for profession. Nothing for profession down in here. So again, this is something that we just have to ignore. It's a do not import. Referred by, same thing. Here's spouse. We want to make sure that spouse, yep, it's selected, so we're good for that one. Now we have user 1, user 2, and so forth, but we don't have extra fields for user 1, 2, and 3. We don't have comment 1, 2, and 3, so these are all do not import. But we do have a web page, so in here we're going to come down here and find URL web page. So that's going to take care of that one. Now, I'm going to click on ignore first card because we do want to ignore the first card. So the first card basically is blank. I'm going to click on this and it's going to go to 1 of 14. So the first person is Algerine with an email address. And we can just click through all of this and we can say, yep, that's being filled in. But now notice over here, when I go up to the top, Randy Bell, first name Randy, last name Bell. So it's just a confirmation. And there's an email address. As we scroll this down, we can see that the email address for home, yes, it's filled in. So that's where it's going to go. And we just keep going on down until we have them all. There's the special one right here. So we have somebody with a mobile phone and home. So let's go down and see if we have those filled in. For the mobile phone, yep, there's the mobile phone, so that's fine. So it is picking up and getting the right thing and going on down the list. So that's it. There's 14 cards that are going to be imported. So I'm ready to do that. I'm going to click OK. Now when I import the cards, they're all going to go into CSV import. So these are all the cards that just got imported. So I'm going to pick on Algerine for a moment. And if I go up to all contacts, Algerine is in all contacts, also in CSV import. So that's good. At least I have a group name for that. So if I wanted to maintain that and say, okay, these came from Cable 1. So I can change the name of this if I wanted to and call it the Cable 1 import, but they're still going to show up under all contacts.